You probably won't walk down a high street in 10 years and there'll be 15 estate agents like there are today. The best will remain, which is likely to be the independents.
What's your thoughts on that sort of future of that sort of high street, if you like? Where
I think
it used to be estate agency road, isn't it? In the days.
Kind of still it. It depends where you go. I suppose
dives into those high street locations.
I think you'll have a handful of the best, and then you'll have a model like self-employed where both play a part in the town. I don't think there'll be room for, because as I mean, you're seeing it yourself in your own business, Matt, as you get better at running an independent business, most markets that I look at, particularly that we work in, are dominated by independent estate agencies. Corporate agencies don't really play a part in the markets that we operate. I mean, they do, but not a significant part. They're more of a like a shop window for ancillary services. So whilst their core product is estate agency, what they really sell is mortgage services and legal services, and that's what makes the money. But our business model makes money in all of the products, but it's hard to do that unless you really are in the top upper quartile of the market, or you're self-employed and you don't need to do
and the house sale is paramount.
Yeah.
Rather than just a secondary or a loss leader.
Or rather than just that's the hook to get you in. Yeah. And they're like, now we do mortgages and now we do legal. And
I suppose what comes hand in hand with that is if your estate agency part isn't that important, who are you hiring in?
Exactly.
And then you're paying 22 grand base salaries for a branch manager.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden maybe the quality of leadership or the quality of agents not there. And I suppose with nowadays as well, sort of giving my thoughts here too much, but there's a lot more transparency in terms of results.
Yeah, absolutely.
Data.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you
can't hide from it. Yeah.
You guys are quite up there with tech and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But as that evolves, and the results are pretty transparent, they're there to be seen.
Yeah.
That's going to shrink that sort of particular sector in the market even more than it currently is.
I completely agree. And, not only is there transparency with data that people, consumers can see online, but you're seeing consumer sentiment go from, we've only got to look at coffee shops as an example. Years ago, people would flock to Starbucks. And don't get me wrong, I went to Starbucks around the corner a moment ago and I had a very nice coffee. But if there was an independent sat there, I would have gone there. Yeah, I would have gone to an independent. But as you say, as that data and transparency is more key in people's decisions, they're going to see that these larger models aren't delivering what they want from their home move or home purchase experience.
Do you think the consumer is starting to trust estate agents more? What's your general gut feel around that? Or is it still pretty much the same, seen alongside the likes of maybe parking wardens or politicians? Maybe politicians have got at the top of the minute, especially the Chancellor. Surely. Anyway, Rachel, if you're watching, you need to get better at managing people's expectations. But trust is a central part of, or distrust has been a central part of this kind of divide between consumer and agent. Yeah. How do you think that's kind of progressing at the minute with models such as yours coming into fruition?
I'm a strong believer that trust is growing for estate agents and with estate agents. I think what's going hand in hand with that is personal brands. So people are building personal brands alongside the companies they work with, be that Nested, be that another business. So for me, when there's a personal brand and a personal reputation attached to it, trust starts to grow because they can't afford for that reputation to be damaged.
More accountable.
Exactly. When you think, when I think back to when I was a sales neg at a corporate agency in Broadstairs, the reality is people were shifted around offices so much. Google reviews were barely used. All of a sudden, accountability was out the window because you could be gone in a matter of weeks and the devastation you created is left behind. Now it follows you.